Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Dream Girl Trucking channel. I'm Antoinette, and I want to let you know right up front that Dream Girl is not just for girls. It's really not about girls at all. It's for anybody who has a dream, is working on a dream, or is living their dream. So I think that's what everybody ought to be doing. That's the purpose in life. And so what else have we got, right? If you're not building your own dream, you're building someone else's. So this is probably going to be the final installment of my report on working at Stevens Trucking. Hopefully not because I don't work there anymore. I never know. So, but just because things are kind of starting to iron out, I'm kind of, getting used to the paperwork, and I feel more comfortable doing all the paperwork now. Today I got my regular dispatcher instead of my temporary dispatcher, and that things are going more smoothly, but it's almost like a soap opera in here. But really what it is very, very stressful. And this is just for me. I don't know if it's stressful for everybody who drives for Stevens Trucking, not transport, not the blue trucks. These are the red trucks. And so I did get called into the main yard so that I could get counseled because apparently I said some things that hurt somebody's feelings. So the first weekend that I worked there, my EPU went out, not my APU, my electric power unit, which either they've got them set at poor parameters here or they just suck in general because I'm hot all the time. It just does not cool this Volvo like it did my APU cooled my Freightliner without any problems ever. But anyway, mine went out on Friday, and I had called, and they said that somebody would be there waiting for me, even though I was going to get there after 5. Okay. I got there after 5. I checked in. I was told everybody had already gone home. It would be tomorrow. Okay. I waited all day Saturday, very patiently, and then at the end of the day, towards the end of the day, I went up there and was like, what's up? And they said, oh, no, you're on for tomorrow. Okay. So Sunday I wait until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I go up there, and the guy said, well, I'm fixing to go home, and I didn't see your paper in there saying that you needed anything done because you're supposed to fill out a paper, which I didn't know about, and put it in a certain little what are those things called that hold the papers in the on people's desks, They hold the 8.5 by 11 sheets of papers, and you put a copy in there. And okay, so I got to wait till 7:30 the next morning when the girl gets in who coordinates all that. She gets that stack of papers and she puts it into the computer. So at 7:30, at 7, I told my dispatcher I'm still here. He said, well, if they don't get your truck done today, we're going to put you in a loaner, which is the way they do it around here. If your truck takes more than 1 day to get fixed, you have to go out in a loaner, which always sucks because you're like, how much clothes do I take? I got a cat. I got to get the litter box. I got to get the scratching pad. I got to get all the blankets to cover up all the seats. And, I got to get the cat food. And you people who have dogs, y'all know what I'm talking about too. They've got to have their stuff just like you do. Well, so anyway, long story short, it did get fixed that day, but the thing was that I had to go and talk to that girl, and she's like, well, I don't know if it'll be today because, I have to go back there and we have our meeting, me and them, and then they have their meeting, and I'm thinking, okay, but maybe. I'm not real mad, but that was one of the things that I had to get counseled over is because apparently I said something about I can't call every department to get my truck fixed. Like, I wasn't even mad. I don't know how ugly that could have come out sounding. And then the other thing was, I went to a drop lot that we have, and the GPS, the address for it, my Garmin put me on a little 2-lane side street that was industrial, but there was no place to turn around, and in front of me was a dead end. And I didn't have a trailer number to pick up there either. I had a trailer on the back of me that was empty, I was supposed to drop. And so the day before, I had talked to my dispatcher about something, and I said, "Oh, okay. Well, from now on, I'll just call in." And he said, "Well, use the tablet whenever you can." So here I am. I'm stuck. I'm stopped. I can't go anywhere. What do you think I'm going to use? The tablet. Okay. Of course, that was wrong, but that's later. I used the tablet, and I said, the address that is for this drop lot is no good. I can't find the way in. I looked on Google Earth, I looked on Google Maps. I cannot see how to get in. So I also need a trailer number, and I will have no choice but to sit here until I get a trailer number and directions to get in. That's what I said. It's written down because I did it on the tablet. Yeah. I had to get counseled for that. So, anyway, yeah, my dispatcher did call me, and he said, "Well, I've left for the day, and, it's just lucky that I had come back after I did what I needed to do, because I wouldn't have known that you were sitting there. You should have called," he said. I'm thinking, what? You should have said you aren't going to be in the office. But I didn't say that. I just said, okay, I'm just trying to do things the way they're supposed to be done. Another driver came by. I was blocking the gate for another company, and he came and he told me how to get in there, and he told me that he had to help a Stevens driver the day before as well, and that they ought to warn us about that kind of thing. You'd think. This ain't their first rodeo. This is a regular drop lot. That they had a lot of trailers in that drop lot, so they have a lot of drivers going in and out of there, and they can't warn anybody that the address, there's no way to warn anybody that the address is not it goes to the back gate, which you couldn't get in anyway. You couldn't even get out it because they were working on it. But even so, it's a dead end street. Gosh. Now my delivery for tomorrow is in Denver, Colorado. I have school desks on, and I'm going to a private school, and it is in a residential neighborhood, and I do not want to go there. I can't get in there too early because it's a broker load. There'll be a fine. I can't get in there too late because it'll be a fine. I'm supposed to deliver at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm very nervous about... I'm not a bed bugger, I'm very nervous about having to turn those little city street corners in a 75-foot trailer with nobody to spot for me to make sure I don't take out a stop sign. Because if I take out a stop sign or I bump a car, I'm still on my 90 days probationary period. I'll be fired just like that. So I did call ahead to the school and talk to somebody, and he said they've had big trucks in there like mine before. They have people to unload me, and the reason that I can't go too early is because of a noise ordinance in the neighborhood. We'll see. And then right after that, I had to be home 3 days later, and so I hope they get me home. They say they can, but that they don't have a load for me, so... I'm just too nervous. I've really been praying about it a lot. Like my necklace, I got it in San Antonio. Anyway, I've really been praying about it a lot, and I hope that everything goes okay for me, because I don't want to get fired. This is a very nerve-wracking job, and my friend Sue, she already, every time I talk to her, she's like, "I think you just need to go look for another job." But this is based at 65 cents an hour, 65 cents a mile, and that's a penny more than I was making at Bay and Bay, and it's still more than everybody makes except for the 1099s. I think all the foreign-owned trucking companies who were using those non-domiciled CDL drivers and have had to give them the boot. Now they're all advertising 90 cents a mile. That's not even a lot, $1 a mile, but it's $10.99, and that's just ridiculous. So, and you have to buy your own fuel probably, because they advertise things like fuel cards and tolls paid. And I saw one ad looking for a job, and it said we take care of our drivers. And then I asked on there, it was on Facebook, so I asked, is this 1099? And they said yes. And I said, that's not taking care of your drivers, so you don't have to pay their taxes or give them any benefits. That's not taking care of your drivers. I strongly suggest nobody ever do 1099, because I did a 1099 one time and they weren't going to pay me. I worked there for a week. They were not going to pay me. Well, you can't call the labor board. The only thing you can do is sue them in their own, like, county, in small claims court. So that's all you can do. You have no other recourse. At least you do have some, but most people don't think about that. What I told them was, I'm a truck driver. I will be there in court. You cannot stop me. I will just get routed there, and I will sue you for blah, 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 blah. And they paid me. But, yeah, there's a lot to be said for benefits and 401k and getting ready for your retirement, too. So, I think I'm going to like Stevens, and, I think if anybody does wind up coming to work over here, y'all hit me up, let me know, and I'll be glad to help you out and, be a mentor to you, where you can call me and say, I'm going, my next load's to here or here, what do you know about that? Because these drop lots that we have are strange. Hey, I got to tell y'all something. I did get paid for when my fifth wheel was sliding and it wouldn't lock in place, and I was over in Lancaster at the Walmart DC, and they told me to go to the drop lot that's back there on that, how you go to Love's on 45 right there by the creek yard, and you don't turn into Love's, you keep going, there's a drop yard down there, and they told me to go over there and get it looked at, and nobody was there, so I went back up to Love's, and the mechanic wasn't there. Well, I got paid for going over there to that drop lot. So seems to me that they do actually, they pay by the mile here, so that's good. I like that. There are things that are good about this place. If I can just get myself ironed out, then I'll be a lot better off. But I don't know. I mean, do you guys like where you work? Did y'all have a hard time when y'all first started, and did it get ironed out? Y'all let me know your experiences down below, because I didn't really think I was stupid until I started working here, and now I just have to admit I'm probably operating with only a third of one brain cell. Anyway, you guys, and I haven't decorated my truck either, or unpacked most of my stuff, because I just don't ever know if I'm working here. I've been here for almost a month now, and I still don't know if I'm going to keep working here, because it's probably going to be them. Because even though it's hot in here, it's like 85 degrees in here right now. And the EPU is running on high. It's set at 60 degrees. So, anyway, I'm tired of hearing myself say, so, and I hope that you are too. I'm just going to go ahead and end this video right here. And on my next one, I'm going to try to get on track for some more interesting topics. Some of the things that interest me are, getting rid of the foreign drivers. I really like the way rates are coming back up, and holding the brokerages accountable. I really like that. I think it's great. And then things that are going on in the world today. So I watch true crimey stuff, and something just to keep me awake as I'm going down the road. What do? Do you listen to true crime, or are you one of those people? Because I had to pay for YouTube so I wouldn't have commercials anymore, because I can't touch my phone anymore to skip through the commercials. And so every third commercial was those really weird gothic novels, like, Quinn. Quinn was a vampire, but he hadn't grown his fangs yet. Everybody thought he was weak, and and then the bully, and then there's the girl, and his girlfriend kicks him and says, "You're too weak, Quinn." And I'm thinking, how do these people pay for all this? Because this is a free app, and it's a 20-minute commercial. I would almost pay any amount of money not have. If it wasn't that, it was the same insurance commercial with a different state. Here in Louisiana, my wife and I, blah, 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 and we moved from California, and we couldn't believe the insurance rates here, and, just 20 minutes for a commercial. You guys who watch TV think y'all got it bad. having to sit through 3 or 4 minutes of commercials and they're only a minute long. Try listening to an Allstate commercial that's 20 minutes long. Okay? Yeah. Thanks a lot, YouTube. Thanks a lot, you guys and girls, for watching my video. Let me know if you watch all the way to the end, because I'm always curious. I think my videos just suck. I probably wouldn't watch them, and I'm not monetized, and I probably never will be. But anyway, hey man, let's talk. Put some comments in the bottom so I can talk back to you. See you later. Next time. Don't know when. You know me. Just very sporadic. Okay, so bye. Okay, here I'm reaching for this. I'm doing this on my tablet, so it probably turned out much better than my phone.